Hello, dear viewer, and welcome to this Let's Play of Kingdom Rush. This is probably my favorite tower defense game of all time. I actually started playing it when it was first just on armorgames.com. It is also now on Steam and some other platforms. This is how I generally like to play it on my iPad, and I'll show you the iPad version. As you can see, there's a lot of cartoony characters, and yes, I have actually beaten this game 3 times before. Usually I end up deleting it afterwards because I enjoy the journey on this game. It's just a lot of fun. So we're going to start with Veteran for now. You can actually change that in each level. So you can click the difficulty and it will change. The first one is just a tutorial mission. So we're going to do Veteran. That means we get 3 stars at the end of it. And those stars will be important for leveling up abilities. So this teaches you a little bit how to play. I'm going to kind of skip through a lot of this because I already know how. Basically, we don't want bad guys to go to our end of the line. So that skull at the top of the screen is where the enemies will come. And then the shield is where they'll end up if, you know, we fail to defend. So what we're going to do here, the Bombard Tower is not very good at its first level. It's very slow, but, you know, it's something. So we're going to do this. Mage Tower. You can also click this button in the bottom right to start waves instead of clicking on the skull. And every time you see a new enemy in the game, you can click that little icon on the left and see a basic description. You know, low health, average speed. It doesn't show off their stats. To see their stats, we can actually look at them later and compare stuff. So we just got an achievement, and as you can see, there is in fact blood. So if that bothers you, this might not be a good game to play. It is all cartoony, but it is violent cartoon. Anyway, so we're going to call in this wave early, get some more gold for that. If we called it in earlier, we would have gotten more gold. So one way to make sure you get better income in this game, other than just killing monsters, is to set up a pretty good tower defense and then call in things early. Also, if you tap the sheep, they explode. Yes, random, I know. Okay, so now we have these reinforcements. They act just like our barracks tower. So, they are pretty weak. When you tap on them, you can see the actual stats. They have 30 health, and they do up to 2 damage, with no armor. And the reload button means how long it takes for them to respawn when killed. So if somebody kills a barracks member here, one of these 3 guys, it'll take 10 seconds before the next one respawns. We have an orc. So they have light armor, which is why I bought this mage tower. It should cut right through that armor. Okay, this gives us a tip about armored enemies. Blah, blah, blah. Yep. Everything but mage tower deals less damage to armor. Unless they have magic armor, which is not a thing yet. But if they have magic armor, they'll have a blue shield. Wait. Okay, so that shield says low for low armor. Okay. Let's get ourselves another mage tower, just because. Let's get another barracks, just because. What else are we going to use this gold for, right? Absolutely nothing. Okay, so for these guys, let's move our barracks guys right there. And that's one way that you can affect the game, is if somebody, you know, completely wipes out your barracks guys, you can change where they rally at to try and catch up with them. And this is an ability that we will be using a lot. Rain of Fire. So I pretty much wasted that. But it does not deal damage to your barracks members. It only hurts the enemies. And we're going to upgrade that thing first. I learned that from a friend, actually, to upgrade that first rather than your towers. Because my natural inclination is, oh, why not make your tower better? But, you know, that is how the stars come into play. You can buy upgrades with them. So we got 3 stars, and we have gems. Gems are kind of like in-app currency. You can buy the ability to throw frost bombs and things and all that. But right now we're going to buy upgrades. And we're going to buy Blazing Skies. Adds 2 additional meteors. Awesome. So the way I usually do this is do the meteors, and you can either save up completely for the meteors, or start kind of half and half between the archery tower and the meteors. Why you start with the archery tower is because they're the cheapest, and if you can get your cheapest towers to be relatively good, then that helps you in the long run. After archer, it really depends, but you can also undo any of the upgrades you've done at any time, which is really cool, and you can switch it up. But for now, we're going to go with what I had originally. Normally, I don't level up the reinforcements till the last one. So after I get everything else up, I'll upgrade these guys, because they're mainly used as a stopgap to try and prevent people from running as fast. The spear throw is really the only good upgrade. Everything else just makes them a little bit tankier. Which, you know, still good. That means they're better stopgaps, but if they're not really helping that much, it's not really worth it. Okay, and this is where gems are used to buy things. So we can buy special items. My favorite item is the Chill Wand. Normally, I try not to use anything else. It's fun to have the gold bag. That's cool. And the Fat Boy basically just completely clears the map. So that's kind of nice. I don't think it kills bosses, though. It's been a while since I've tried it, and they do upgrade this game and update it a lot. Okay, so here's the encyclopedia. And this is where you can get detailed stats on your enemies. Achievements? Well, here's a list. If you ever wonder, gee, why not build all 8 tower specializations just for an achievement? Then you can see it here. It's kind of fun to try and get those achievements, but not necessary to win. At all. Okay, so I forgot to read the campaign note. So in our first one, it says, "Greetings, noble and heroic warrior. As a general of His Majesty's forces, King Denas requires your services. The inhabitants of the city of Southport have reported attacks by highwaymen and other roaming outlaws. You must take a battalion to Southport to bolster the city's defenses. Good luck, General." So, okay, we just helped Southport. And now we're going to go along this route with flags to denote where the next level is. And that will show us some things. So, the outskirts. Good job! Your diligent investigations have revealed that it was not mere brigands terrorizing Southport, but organized bands of goblins and orcs. Now, their forward troops are creeping towards the defenseless rural communities north of Southport. We must establish an efficient and swift defense. Which we will do, dear narrator. Who I don't think ever says anything in this game. Also, yes, the sheep do explode. Still. It's very gruesome. And, yeah. I would suggest not doing that. But they are fun to make ba. Okay, so here we have some choices. I'm going to start with a mage tower here. A barracks here. And then I'll probably put a bombard there or an archer tower. Bombard is pretty good here as well. So is a barracks. So as to keep things in the firing line longer. But this is more designed for the bombard, I think. Just look at how that range works. Okay, and we have a tip. Oh hey, we can move barracks around. Cool. So this thing thinks the mage tower should be where my barracks is. Fascinating. We're going to block 2 of those guys. So see, the number of troops does matter. So if there were 3 guys here, which never happens with your reinforcements, then 3 of those guys would have been stopped. Okay. Bombard. Just because we have so many little goblins right now. They will upgrade to orcs, but not a big deal. And our little reinforcements can actually help us there. Okay. And yes, you can use reinforcements faster if you start waves early. So normally it's like a 10-second cooldown. And if you start a wave early, instead of you know, just waiting, it will basically refund you that time on your special abilities. So like 13 seconds, right? It cut down 13 seconds from the recharge time by starting the wave early. And we want to kill these wolves because wolves is nasty. They are very fast. They can do dodges of melee attacks. And they're easy to kill if you hit them. Okay, and I got the achievement Daring for starting a bunch of waves early. Aw, yeah. Level 2 Mage Tower. So, the Adept's Tower, it changes the damage, just period. It also increases the range, and etc, etc. I do my best to never have to sell towers, but you can sell towers for a refund. It's just, you do lose money on that deal. Okay, so we're going to do that. I think that'll be enough. We'll find out. See, the reason the Mage Tower is really useful here is to kill the orcs with the armor. But here, we can do this. Okay, looks like we're doing alright. There are more wolves. So what we're going to do is stop the riffraff up here so that our Mage Tower can take care of this stuff further down the line. Okay, our Dwarven Bombard compared to the Mage Tower's damage, is much weaker. It's also more expensive to level up, if I remember correctly. I'm going to massacre those guys with some meteors. Level up our barracks. Leveling up your barracks will automatically reinforce with everything. We're going to add archer towers down here. Yep. So why that is important is if you have, say, just one guy left, and you have a bunch of gold, you can instantly get 2 more guys by upgrading your barracks. And you can play around with that in order to make the timing work out to your advantage. I'm also going to upgrade this archer tower. So, this thing does a lot less damage than the Mage Tower, right? Just strictly speaking. However, its speed of attack is fast. Why is that important? Well, it is important in terms of seeing the little guys go down faster than the Mage Tower can do. Okay. So, that should work. This is the final wave. At the top left, you see we have 20 hearts. So we could handle 20 damage, or 20 people running through, depending on their level. There are 7 waves total, so we just finished that. Awesome. Oh, we got a bunch of gems. And the gold is how you know how much gold you can spend on towers. Okay, let's get some more upgrades. Alright, marksmen now have higher attack range. And my meteors now have Scorched Earth, which is really cool. Basically, it sets the ground on fire. It's beautiful. Okay, soon I will probably not be able to finish these levels on Veteran, and we'll have to do easy or normal to get the stars instead. And also, once we have done that, we unlock these other modes. The Iron Challenge and the Heroic Challenge. So what these things do is that they set limits and change what towers you can use. And as a reward, you get more upgrade points. Now, in order to get all the upgrades, I do not think you need every star on every map because they've added more levels over time, usually to the right side of this map. Like the Rotten Forest did not exist in the beginning of their game. So once they updated it, they added that in, which is pretty cool of them to do. So I highly recommend this app. They keep on doing stuff with it, and I still enjoy it. Okay, this one I might not be able to do on Veteran. We'll see. Okay, so we have a bunch of goblins coming in. If you just tap the skull once, it'll tell you what the incoming wave will be for the beginning of the game. So we know we want archer towers because they're fast, or bombards to attack a bunch of things at once, right? Now, if you play this a lot, you might just say, oh, well, I'll gain money over time after installing a mage tower. So maybe start with a mage tower, get money, and then get the lesser towers. Since it'll be hard to get 300 gold again. What we're going to do now, though, is kind of my time-honored tradition of archer, mage, or bombard here. I think we'll do bombard and barracks. And as you may see, there are two paths leading in towards the end of this map. And you guessed it, enemies will be coming from both of these entrances at some point. It's wonderful. No, it's not. But I can pretend. Okay. So, and as you saw there, I actually stopped those guys before they got into the bombard range. So that was not the most efficient way to do that. But hey, we're having fun. And normally I do not use the meteors until it is absolutely necessary. Or seems to be. Especially at this stage in the game, since they don't recharge very quickly. Okay, now we want a mage tower. Where do I want my mage tower? I want it here. I may regret that, but hey, we'll find out for sure later. So now, because of those reinforcements, I clumped up those orcs very easily. And now we have the fire there. That's great. Now we have wolves here, so we're going to get a second archer tower. And then I'll put reinforcements on the bottom lane to prevent that from being bad. Okay, and see, the mage tower will help us on the top lane. We'll do that. We'll do another barracks. Yeah. So hopefully this will help us. We're actually going to reconfigure right here so then we can get all of our little barracks guys to attack. Some of them weren't for a while there. Should be good. Awesome. Okay, so that worked out. And I'll probably get another mage tower here. Right about there. We'll start early again. Eventually there are going to be far more difficult enemies, such as trolls and shaman healers. Good times. No, other bad times. But hey. Okay, so those reinforcements I just placed are not great. Also notice that even the cheapest barracks has better attack range and more health than my reinforcements right now. We're going to do that. We're going to do that. More of these. Okay, now what I'm going to want to do is start upgrading my towers. Realistically, I would have wanted to upgrade towers earlier than this, but I failed. So yes, I had to spread myself thinner rather than make my towers higher quality. Because this is on veteran, and because I overestimated what I could do. Okay, we're going to nuke these guys. Awesome. Okay, we're going to upgrade this one. So as you can see, the tower literally changes color, and the guys gain some metallic armor. Also, ooh, we have the shaman coming in. So they're resistant to magic. So they're going to have high magic resistance of the little blue shield instead of a little gray shield. We're going to clump them up. Normally I try to reinforce behind here so they can't heal their guys anymore. But I missed this second healer, so that's bad. We're going to increase this. There we go. So that should help us deal with those orcs and shamans. Okay. Looks like we're doing alright. I will want a better mage tower on the bottom when possible, because that'll help us deal with trolls. Okay, orc, shaman, goblin, wolf. Okay, so no trolls yet. That's interesting. We're going to go ahead and call that. We're going to nuke these guys. Then we're going to upgrade that. Then we'll probably upgrade our barracks. Okay, that's doing alright. Now we're going to upgrade our archer tower, because our barracks is fine down there. Absolutely fine. Okay, we're going to try and block those healers, but we missed the last guy. Okay. That's still good. Because now it'll just die in isolation. Okay, perfect. And just goblins on the top, so we don't really need to worry. We might need to upgrade that, though. That way they can keep blocking the goblins. And instead of 50 health, they now have 100. So their health doubles. Their lowest damage is now what their highest damage used to be. So, useful stuff. Okay, what are we getting? Ogre! Sorry, not troll. Ogre. Ugh. Where are my manners? Yeah, we're definitely upgrading the mage tower because these guys have very high health and very slow speed. And they cost 3 lives when they go all the way through. But, yeah. Their health... huge. 900. And mage towers do the best damage. So the longer we can keep these guys over here, the better it will go for us. And we will just meteor storm him. It would have been nice to catch other things in that rain of fire, but oh well. Not quite what we got. Okay. So the next thing to upgrade is probably going to be this. Oh, we got more ogres. Great. If only they were as nice as Shrek. But, no, they're not. Okay, so what we're going to do... something. We'll do something. I promise. Probably prevent anybody from coming up and healing these ogres. We're going to do this. That way we can nuke this guy down. The barracks up top should help. Okay, good, good. That seemed to work out okay. I'm gonna try and get more guys up here. Nuke. Okay, that was a lousy nuke, but I'll take it. More mage. Okay. Yeah, I just strictly like mage towers better than archers if I can get them. Until we can really get archers to their higher levels. I think Archer Tower level 3 is when it really starts paying off more. But, you know, different ideas for different people. Aha, and this talks about magic resistance. Okay, so that is going on. And we're on our final wave, but hey, why not just upgrade the bombard? Okay, and one thing I haven't really showcased is that, yes, as you upgrade towers, they say different things. So they often have little funny quotes from movies and some other fun stuff. Yeah. Good game. I highly recommend it. So, yeah, there's that. Just quick note for parents, there is that cartoony blood. I don't think the final boss says any curse words, but he is a bit rude to you. And now we've unlocked heroes. So heroes, in this game, you will unlock 3. You have to buy the other guys. Though it looks like they actually... they made them cheaper, I think. Cool. So you can buy extra heroes who will probably be better than these guys. You do not need to buy these heroes. They are just icing on the cake. And they look cool. Like icing on cake. I'm hungry. Anyway, if you liked this video, please leave a like. And if you want to see more like it, please subscribe. Have a good day, dear viewer.